Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1781 of What You Up To Now, documenting the journey primarily as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business, and a little bit of back and forth. Today, I am thinking about alien life. Do aliens exist? And how much time I actually spend glued to or attached to my cell phone. Our idiom for today was glued to or attached to something. And it usually means when somebody says, oh my gosh, you are always glued to your phone, they usually mean it in a somewhat derogatory or negative way, right? They're basically saying, hey, you spend way too much time on your phone. And I would say that many of us, me included, at times are guilty of that. My kids have taught me, and they're from a much younger generation, of course, or the next generation, that it's a lot quicker and easier and faster to Google or to YouTube or look something up than to try to figure out how to do it yourself, right? Or often than to read the instructions that come with certain things. So there's advantages to having access and information at our fingertips, but there's also disadvantages to it because it can be a distraction that takes us from actually living our lives and being present in building our business, in our relationships, in a lot of different areas and aspects of our life. I read a really interesting article yesterday, online, of course, about a scientist that's done decades of studying the impact of technology on humans, especially the whole generation of kids and teenagers that grew up with smartphones. And the statistics and the graphs, if you're into that, things like some of us nerdy engineers are, you see the dramatic change that different indices and measures have shown with respect to the impact of smartphones on, especially on our kids. It's actually having a huge detrimental mental health effect and impact on them. It's had a huge impact on their ability to actually have relationships, to have certain events happen in their life. And one of the things I found most fascinating was the impact it's had on how many years people spend as adults, right? It's really fascinating. Great article. I should have probably referenced it here, but you can Google it and you can find it as easily as I did. So our questions, of course, for our annual challenge today, the BU 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that improves us in some way. For the month of December, I'm just asking 2 questions every day. One question that's kind of serious and one question that is a little bit frivolous or rhetorical or something to think about, and maybe something that you've never thought about. Honestly, I've really never pondered much whether I believe in aliens or not. I think it's kind of egotistical to think that we as human beings are the only intelligent life forms in the universe. That just seems ridiculous to me. But I don't personally have any evidence of aliens and haven't experienced any evidence of aliens. So it's like believing in God or a higher power. I don't personally know whether it's true or not for you. Each and every one of us have to decide what we believe or don't believe. And so I think it's a fun topic and a fun question to ponder. Our other question was, how much of your life do you estimate that you spend on your mobile device or on your phone? Now, if you don't have one, then that's not an issue for you. But if you do have one, like a huge percentage of the population, literally billions of people, have access to a cell phone and the internet and social media and things. How much of your life is spent doing that? When I first came online, and I hate to admit this, but I found that I was spending a whole lot of time as I was learning new things and how to do things online, watching and following other people and what they were doing. And I realized pretty early on, thankfully, that I was watching people and kind of learning from them, but not applying what they were doing. And so I was spending more time watching than I was doing. And I flipped that around and I said, okay, I am not following anyone. And I do follow literally thousands of people online, but I only tune in at specific times and strategically into specific people, depending on what I am trying to take action on and create and do in my life and in my businesses. And that was a hard switch to flip off, because it's really easy and entertaining and fun and exciting to watch what other people are doing. But we have to remember, we're only watching what they're showing us, what they're choosing to show us online. So the vast majority of people online are showing us absolute fakeness, and That's okay, but you have to remember not to compare your actual day-to-day living to other people's highlight reels. It's like comparing yourself. When I was growing up, we had sitcoms and things and television shows and movies. It's like comparing your life to a book or to a character in a book or a character in a show or a movie. Even reality TV isn't real. And so people need to remember that it's scripted, it's staged, it's all made up to entertain us or to have us think in a certain way or to influence us in a certain way. And the same is true of everything online. Even the things I create, they're me. This is absolutely positively me. But I don't share absolutely everything that happens in my life. That would be ridiculous. It's like, every time somebody goes to the bathroom or blows their nose on a sitcom, you don't see that. You only see what's pertinent to the storyline. So we need to always remember that. So those are our topics for today. Our idiom for supersize your business was being glued to your phone or attached to your phone. And how does that impact our business? It can be both a positive and a negative. Pretty much like everything else, right? We can take something that's really positive and turn it into a negative based on how we think and feel and use that, or we can have it be a positive. And the same is true of negative events. Some of the most impactful, life-changing things that have happened to me have been, pretty actually horrible, but they were the thing that I needed at the time to change the direction, the trajectory of my life. So that's it. That's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.